Hello and welcome to yet another video in TechnoFunda Investing channel. And today we are coming towards the fifth session of Ride to Rich or the Road to Rich series rather, where we are going to declutter what you need to do in the next 12 months. What I've seen is most of the times, investors are confused in terms of what action to take and how to move forward in their journey. And that is where, the reason for this session was to declutter, demystify all the hurdles which you might be facing as an investor in your investing journey. So if you are all ready, I'm going to give a 12 pointer path to all of you. Okay, so I'll be giving 12 steps which you need to do, like probably one single step every single month, and next 12 months I can assure you that you will be much better investor in your journey. So if you're all ready to get started, just type ready in the comment box and let's get started. Awesome. So, I'll share the mind map and I'll tell you first what are the key things which we face as an investor and what is the concept of this entire video which I've thought about, and then I'll give you 12 principles, as I mentioned, which will help you to go forward in your investing journey. So let me share the screen and all of you would be able to see the mind map. So there are three things which are very important in your investing journey. First is structured approach to investing. I've seen a lot of people just following tips and gathering news here and there, not having a standard approach. One day they will do value investing, second day they will do momentum investing, third day they will jump into something else, and they are not really sure what exactly they are doing, what is the path. So I'll give you a clear defined path in this video so that your approach is more structured and more refined in the coming few months. The second is, even though I've seen some investors are really successful, but they end up spending a lot of time. They always, go through the annual report, investing frameworks, listen to the con call, and really they don't get time for themselves. They cannot chase their hobbies properly. They cannot go deeper into their own, hobbies or life goals which are there, because investing we are doing for a purpose, right? There is much more beyond investing, and that is what also we are going to focus and learn. The third point is automating your system. Now these are both interconnected, like how you can automate your system and how you can move forward much faster is also need of the hour. And there are ample of tools which are available in today's time and age which can help you to do that. Okay, so we'll touch upon this topic also, and there are a lot of videos in my channel also if you want to go deep dive and learn about all these things. Okay, so if all of you understood the concept or the context behind this entire session today, just type super clear in the comment box and we'll keep it very interactive. If you have any questions, I'll probably take questions towards the end as well. And we'll make it very powerful journey for next 12 months for all of you. Okay, so let's get started with the first point that is very important in your journey is this. So let me share the screen. Okay, so the first point which all of us need to focus is on the goals, right? Many times we are fixated so much in terms of our day-to-day, chasing the market, seeing the price, and not then understanding about the end goal. And that is where understanding the end goal is very important. Okay, and that is where first thing is how much you want to compound, and what that will do to you is super clear requirement in the first step. So your aim should be minimum like 25% compounding. That means 10x in 10 years. How to do that? That is a different story. I've covered that into one of my video. You can watch it in terms of how to outperform Nifty returns. I've created a separate video around it where I tell how to achieve this goal or benchmark plus 10% kind of returns. But here really you need to think about that. Okay, once you have achieved this goal, you started compounding, you started making money. Why are you doing it? Okay, what is the purpose? What is the end result you want to achieve from that compounding. Because I've seen a lot of people who keep running behind money, but ultimately they don't know why they are doing it. They just keep accumulating money. It's like financial accumulation without having any purpose. How many of you have seen people like that? Just type me in the comment box. Who keep earning money. They just are into the rat race of more and more money, but they don't know ultimately why they are doing that. And one fine day, death is inevitable for all of us. And that's where, we need to have a purpose, that why we are earning money, whether it is for a time freedom, to, spend time with your family, to spend time for your hobbies, to help other people, to impact society. What is the end result while you are compounding your money? Okay, that clarity is super important. Like even for me, when I started as a full-time investor, I was not initially very sure. But then, I decided how I can help more and more people, how I can connect with like-minded people, and how I can leverage the power of technology to do all these things. And that's why even I'm doing this video. Yeah. So that purpose, that connect, that goal should be very clear why one is doing something. The second very important thing is learning tools. Okay. Why learning tools are super important these days? Because unless you don't use the tool, your life will be cluttered. Okay, it will be super difficult to navigate into your investing journey. And thankfully, there are so many tools available. In our previous episode, and even in one of the dedicated video, I've talked about it. I'll run you through some of the important tools which I use. If you want to go much granular, you can watch this video, but I'll tell you what all tools I use and what is the purpose. So the first tool which I use is Screener. Okay, this is like an indispensable tool for your fundamental screening. A lot of templates are there. I've created one template which I'll share with you during the session also. You can use a lot of built-in screens. You can use a lot of reports which are available out there. The second tool which I use is TradingView. This is where I use, charts to see the long-term trends, how the overall journey of a company is there, what is the demand supply, and what are the longer term trends. Here I also create watch lists. So what I do is every single week I create a watch list of companies where I need to focus on. And this is also a technique to declutter your mind. Okay, so you don't focus on 3,000 companies at a time. You go and boil down to one or two sectors which are having some strength at that point of time, or they are coming as emerging winners in terms of your screening process, and filter very few companies, like 3 to 4 companies in that sector, to monitor it closely. Okay, how many of you found this as a cool tip? Just type CT, cool tip, in the comment box. Yeah, so you create a watch list, and then once you've gone through your watch list, you put an alert on that particular company, so that whenever your action in terms of entry and exit is triggering, you get automated alert and you don't need to sit in front of screen refreshing the prices. Okay, so that is very important. The third is the tool which I use called ridewinners.com. I track price volume action to get ahead of a lot of fundamental news which comes much later. I also use it for ranking my companies, which I'll tell you more about when we discuss the system part. And then there is a tool called MarketSmith India, and there is a tool called Tijori Finance, where I use it for connections which are there. The feed feature which they have developed is very powerful, and I also keep my watch list and tracker over there. Okay, so the second action point for all of you in next 12 months is to start using tools so that you can leverage the power of technology, and you can declutter your investing journey. You don't need to stay in front of the screen to make money. Okay, you can make it much passively. You can make it much peacefully. Okay, so that is the second point. The third point which I want to discuss with all of you is focus. Okay, I cannot emphasize this enough, but focus is the most valuable asset. How many of you agree with me that today's time and age, we are cluttered, and if you don't focus on one thing, we can easily get distracted across. Okay, so that is where you need to create a portfolio strategy. I've created a strategy called core and satellite portfolio system, and I've done my math, so I've done my math, what I want from my core portfolio, what I want from my satellite portfolio, how I'll be doing tranching, how I'll be, positioning myself, and what is my risk management strategy. That focus is very, very important. All of you need to have that focus in place. And also, when I talked about goals, and if you combine it with focus, even 2013 when I started, I created a planner like this. I've created a planner like this where I, have focused on key important things which I, need to go deeper into. So I've created, like, first of all, in terms of my personal life, where I want to take my vacations, when I will do my satellite review. So I do it every week, 2 hours is what you need to do it. And then I review my core portfolio watch list every month. So it requires like around 1 hour per month. Then I do my core portfolio in-depth review every quarter. I do it. And that is what around 10 hours it takes for a quarter to do it. Then body detox, if you want to take care of your health, when you will go for it, like Vipassana or anything like that. Your family functions, when you want to do reading books, ranking your portfolio, like I do it every 6 months. You want to do your tax harvesting and planning for your taxation also. That also you can plan it, say, for example, in the month of February, every single year you can do that. I update my journal every week, so you can plan for your journal update. For my community members, I have an investing community where I help and mentor a lot of members inside, and all of us help each other. And that is where I take inner circle mastermind, which is every single week I support them in their journey. Of course, I am available on emails and on Telegram every single day, but I do a dedicated session where I tell them what are the important trends that are going on. We take a topic like this, like we did a detailed session of goal setting also inside that. And I also do live Q&A so that their support questions are answered. So that is also, factored in. Every Saturday, 5:30, I do that. Then any, premiums or any annual payments you need to make sure you are covered in terms of health and life. And then also I made them do the entire exercise. Like, what is the one thing you want to improvise in your journey in each of these fields? Okay, so what you want to improvise in wealth, in health, in relationship, in learning, spirituality, career, collaboration, excellence, and contribution, giving back to society. Because investing is not just about making money. We are investing and making money to live a holistic life. How many of you agree with this? Just type agree in the comment box. Yeah, so that is where, our goals and everything should be aligned like that. And even in terms of the percentage goals, I made my members dedicatedly write what are the portfolio returns they are expecting, how much from core, how much from satellite, how many new sectors they will research, how many new stocks in core portfolio they will research, how many books they will read, what is the percentage of charity you will do every single month, and what is the incremental investment you will do. And then you basically map it out, all these things month on month, and then every single day, what exactly you need to focus upon, like top 3 items, what you need to focus upon. So this is how, we build focus, we get clarity, and we plan things for the year. Otherwise, it is always going to be so much of clutter. Okay, how many of you agree with this? That to declutter yourself, you have to focus on few things and then go deeper into it. Okay, so this is what we did in our inner circle also, just around the new year, but you can do it anytime. Okay, this exercise is something which you can do anytime. Now, fourth is creating systems. Why creating systems are important? Because unless you don't know exactly where your money is going in, where your money is going out, what is the strategy for your buying, adding, selling system, how will you rank your stocks, which stock will you keep, which stock will you remove? If you don't have a process or allocation system around it, it's not going to change, right? And that is where, I ask my members to do this exercise also, where I've created this video. If you are not even a part of my community, if you are just a listener also, you can go and check out this video on my channel. Okay, it's called How to Budget, Save and Invest. I've given a template also where you can systematically build your budgeting system. Okay, And same way, you can build a lot of other system. Like I've created my own buying, adding, selling system. Okay, like how I will initiate my position, how I will add my position, how I will sell my position. So once you have built that system, you will have clarity in terms of what action to take, which companies to keep, which companies to remove. Okay. And even in terms of screening, I've created a Excel template which you can upload on Screener, and you will get a clarity in terms of how the company is moving every single year. And this video is available for free for everyone. And the Excel template also you can download. Okay, so I've updated this template recently. So even if you have downloaded earlier and you want to like have a latest template where I've updated a lot of charts and a lot of line items based on the feedback which I received from version 2, you can go and check it out on this link. Okay, so this is the link which I've shared, technofunda.co/excel. I might have placed this in chat box or description also. Just check it out so that you can find this link. Okay, so the point is, unless you don't have this kind of entire system, it will be too confusing for you to navigate into your journey. The fifth is connecting. Okay, like connecting and collaborating with like-minded people. Ideally, you should be part of some kind of investing community. The reason is when you network with like-minded people, when you share ideas, it like exponentially helps you to grow as an investor. Okay, so make sure you join any investing community which is available out there. If you want to join my community, you are most welcome. And slowly start building network with smart investors. Okay, so what I've done in my journey is I've connected with at least 50 to 60 smart investor whom I talk on a regular basis, or even if we are not able to talk, I message them and I ask for update what's happening and what are the ideas they are looking at. And that saves a lot of your time, because you know that, okay, this person is very smart in pharma company analysis or a pharma sector. So if I ask that person and that person is saying, okay, look at this company and research more deeper level at this particular stock, I know, that is a credible insight and I need to work upon it. Same way, I've done some analysis technically and I've boiled down to a sector, like say power sector. And I know that these are 2-3 stocks which are technically very strong. And I'm not very sure about power sector myself. I can check it out with a person who is really strong in that particular sector. And I can say, hey, technically this is coming all time high. This is a great company in terms of technical analysis. Can you tell me what are the triggers you are seeing fundamentally, and whether as a fundamental research you feel this is a good company? Okay, so that is how you can source new ideas, you can brainstorm with fellow investors, you can research fast when you are working as a group, and you can collaborate much faster. And that same structure I've created in my community also. People who are part of Quantum Mastermind, they basically have a dedicated group which they have a session every single week and do the exact same thing. They network with each other and they work as a group to research in their journey. Okay. Seventh is, seventh is aiming to be best version of yourself. Yeah, this is the single most powerful thing again, which you can think about. Not just, cribbing about investing and just money, but how you can actually win the race against yourself. It is not in comparison with anybody else. Okay, you should enjoy the journey, and you should think like you are on your own race. Okay, how you can become better and better in terms of health, wealth, spirituality, relationship every single day. 1% incremental change every single day. And that is what is becoming better version of yourself, which you should focus. And that is where you will enjoy your investing journey. And if you have so far enjoyed this entire session, we are still halfway through. We have 5 more points to discuss, which will be again very powerful. But if you are liking it so far, just hit the like button so that I know all of you are enjoying it so far. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so that you can stay connected and you can watch a lot of these powerful videos which we do on this particular channel. Okay, so let's come to the 8th one. Now 8th one, as I said, we are surrounded by so much of clutter. Okay, we are surrounded by so much of clutter that it's important to declutter and focus on few things. Okay. So that is where you need to follow this principle. I've learned from one of my mentor. He calls it a DAD formula. Okay. So first, delete things which are not required in your life. Okay. So delete physical things which are around you and it's not necessary. Delete all the apps which on your phone which are not necessary. Even delete people in your life who are creating noise and negativity inside you. And stay away from all those guys. Okay. First thing is that. Second is automate things which are possible to automate. Put alerting system. Build your system, as I said, and that will declutter a lot of your effort. And third is delegate. If you are not able to do it, if you are not able to automate it, you can delegate it to somebody else who is loving that process. Okay. Ninth is longevity. This is very, very important. If you want to win the game, you need to be in the game. Okay. So longevity is super important. And to be in the game, you need to follow a few principles. Okay. What are those principles? First, these are called no fault rules. Okay. Which is like, if you avoid these, the probability of you getting burst and getting out of the game and losing all your capital will be very, very small. So first thing is, say no to F&O. Okay. Don't speculate. Don't go into futures and option and take leverage and blow up your capital. I have done that myself enough number of times. I've done many mistakes. Okay. But please don't do those mistakes. When I started my journey, I did a lot of these mistakes, and I've captured some of these patterns of wealth destruction in one of my videos. Also, if you want to go and check it out later, you can go through it. But make sure you don't do any kind of F&O stuff. The second thing is don't do intraday trading. Okay. I've seen people spending so much of time, energy and effort in getting that 0.5% return intraday. But believe me, if you do it systematically, if you do it in a structural way, okay, you can earn much more with much lesser effort. Okay. Like say for example, I did a video of defense sector some time back. Okay. If you're tracking this channel, you might have seen this video, which is on defense, sector. And there were a lot of triggers at a sector level where things were really moving. Government was pushing Atmanirbhar Bharat, and a lot of companies were getting traction in terms of orders. And I shortlisted only few companies like HAL, Muscdog, Cochin Shipyard, which were actually real beneficiary of this particular sector. And then just by using the buying, adding, selling system, easily, we were able to ride it up to 2x, 3x kind of returns, okay, from the initiating position. And that was like in 3 to 4 months. And if you watch my video, that time also I shared those stocks live. It was not like I'm talking in hindsight. But imagine if you can make 2x in 2 months or 3 months, it's much more than, getting that penny of 0.5% every day or 0.25% one fine day, and then suddenly, market falls 2% and you give away all those, returns. So that ways, I feel intraday trading is too stressful, even if you are making returns, and those kind of returns can be made by positional and long-term investing. Okay. So that's where, intraday trading is strict no. And don't take leverage. Okay. When you take leverage, you are basically increasing your risk to a substantial level. Okay. So if you want to be in the game, don't take leverage. Don't invest with borrowed money. Don't take personal loan for, investing in equities. Don't do that. Okay. That will help you to stay in the game. And if you are in the game, your chances of winning is going to be always higher, right? Rather than getting out of the game, blowing off your capital and not having courage to put back your money, or not having that kind of capital which can compound meaningfully. The 10th and powerful principle, which is exit system. Okay. When your risk is increasing, where your valuation are going out of the proportion and your systems are telling you to exit, you need to pull the trigger and exit. I've seen a lot of people, they make a lot of money, 1x, 2x, 3x, but just because they don't have a system in terms of buying, adding, selling, they don't book profits at a particular time, and then they give back all those profits back in stage 4, right? They go under advancing stage. There is a distribution that happens, profit booking of smart investor, and then the fall starts. and they are not able to exit just because they don't have an exit system. They don't understand what to do, when to do, and that creates a lot of confusion. Okay, and that's where I told that having an investing system is super important. Okay, then finally, cutting the noise. The problem in today's time and age is not information, it's actually information overload. The problem is everywhere we get like 500 stock ideas on Twitter, on social media, on YouTube, on business news channels. And we don't know where exactly to focus. We don't have a screening process. We don't have a system in place. And that's where, cutting the noise is also very important. Ignore all the news. You should use the news other way around. Okay, so how I do it and how a lot of my community members inside my community do it is, you first screen your companies using the screening process. We have a core portfolio blueprint module where we learn how to screen core portfolio companies. We have a separate module where we learn in terms of how to shortlist satellite companies. And once you have shortlisted those 10 to 12 companies, then you look out for news around those 10 to 12 companies rather than, getting confused around tons and thousands of such companies. Okay. So that is also super important. And then finally, keep investing. Okay, so invest first in yourself in terms of learning. I see a lot of people don't invest in the learning. Okay, they are very hesitant to learn. That's where they are not able to build system. They are not able to focus on things. They don't know how to use tools. They don't know how to connect with other like-minded people. And they save few 100,000 rupees, but on the long term, they lose very big because they are not able to compound effectively. Okay, so first invest in yourself. Second, reinvest your money, whatever dividend you are getting, whatever profits you are getting. If you don't need that money, don't spend it on luxury. Okay, you can keep reinvesting so that your compounding engine can work much efficiently, and you can achieve your financial freedom much faster. Okay, so that should be the aim. And if you are really serious and if you want to learn with me in terms of how to compound better, I'm doing a special session which is happening somewhere in this week. You can just note down the link, technofunda.co/webinar, and I'll also paste the link in the description. You can stay connected, and together we'll go deeper in terms of building system. I'll also share the steps in terms of how you can achieve your financial freedom efficiently and what are the nuts and bolts to do that much faster. Okay, and this is totally free for people who are live here, and there are limited seats, so make sure you book your seats as soon as possible. So that's it in terms of ideas. Let me just quickly recap what all we discussed in today's session. So first we discussed in terms of having goals and having that horizon in place, having that purpose, why we want to do what we want to do in terms of investing. The second point which we discussed was in terms of tools, so how we can use tools, declutter our life, and do things efficiently and spend that time in our hobbies or with family and whatever things that matter to us. Third thing which we learned was how to focus, how to have a calendar in place for your entire day-to-day activity in terms of investing and all other areas of your life. Fourth, we learned about building system, how building a system in terms of buying, adding, selling is important, how allocation system is important, and how ranking system is very important. Fifth, we learned about connecting, how you can connect with other investors and learn together. That is a very powerful way to collaborate and go fast forward. Sixth, we learned about networking, how you can associate with smart investors and you can accelerate your process of investing. Seventh, we learned about how you can be best version of yourself. Eighth point was how you can declutter in your investing journey. Ninth was how you can play a long-term game, how to avoid, doing F&O, intraday speculation and leverage. 10th point was around exit system and risk management. 11th was in terms of cutting the noise, focusing only things which matter and focusing only on those news. 12th was, investing in yourself and keep reinvesting so that you can compound much faster. Okay, so hope today's session was useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to share it with me. And this entire thing which I spoke about, I've also written a chapter in my book, which is compounding beyond money. Okay, so if you want to live a fulfilling life and compound and side by side enjoy your life, read my chapter 20 in my book, which is called You Can Compound. It's available on Amazon, and I'm sure you will enjoy that entire chapter of living a life with purpose and at the same time earning money in a much better way. Okay, and not just running behind money without any purpose. Okay, so hope this session was useful, and thank you so much for staying till the end. Hope I was able to add value in your investing journey. We are like almost 30 minutes together. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay. Yeah. So first question we have is from Alfia, who is asking like, what is exit system? Okay. So exit system is basically, you need to have a risk reward kind of system. I'll just show you an example of one of the company which I had position. I told about Mazdog and a lot of such stocks in, what you say in defense sector, right? So let me show you the screen and I'll show you how I devised that system. Okay. So this was the Mazdog, shipping system where I entered near this breakout zone, and I shared this when this was happening also. I had created a video. You can go and watch around August 2022, around the same time. I've created a video on defense sector, and that's where, this entire green thing which you see told me that I need to stay invested and I need to keep adding my allocation. Okay. So I kept on adding my allocation from all the way around to this particular price, which is around 327 rupees to around 890 rupees, where my exit finally got triggered. So if you see from 320 rupees to 890 rupees, it's almost like 3 times, which was made in less than 6 months. And then this red signal started coming in, which was exit signal. Okay, that is what told me. It went for all the way around from almost like 930 rupees high to now, as we see, it's 780 rupees. And that's where, exit systems are very, very powerful. Okay. So this is how you can, create system, and you don't need to follow exactly same way I do it. You can build your own system. Okay. Like in my community, I have a process called hackathon. And in hackathon, I make my members build this entire buy and sell system together, and they get a clarity in terms of how to buy, how to add, and how to sell. So this is how, you can create your exit system. Okay. Hope this was clear, Alfia. Yeah. So Rohan is asking like what to do with stocks like Fact. Again, you should have your exit system. I'll show what I'm doing in terms of my exit system. So this is the stock called Fact. And for me, it has been just partial profit booking. So I was riding this from almost like 150-ish odd. And then, still part of that, you can keep it. For me, it was more of a liquidity concerns because this company has low liquidity overall. So that is where, you can take your exit calls, but you should have exit system in place to take buy, hold or exit decision. Okay. That's why I told, just don't look for tips and just randomly do it. You should have a system like this. Okay. To do this entire process. Awesome. So thank you so much, guys. There are no further questions. So we are ending this session for today. Hope this was super useful. And if you're not following me on other media, if you're not following me on Twitter, please make sure you follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Mashrani Vivek. And hope I was able to help you in your investing journey. Thank you so much. Looking forward to see you in yet another video. Until then, keep browsing through my other videos, which are super useful in your investing journey. Thank you so much, guys, and take care. Bye-bye.